What's going on, everybody? I know you've seen the title of this video. It's called Reflect and Dig Deeper. This video was it's going to be on 4 things that run the millennial world or millennial generation, as it's effectively running the millennial generation. It's happening outside our generation, but it's just so rampant in our generation. It's crazy. So God gave me these 4 things, and also these 4 things is what I noticed as well that I need to talk about. Um, Now, I've dealt with one of these things in my past, and I'm still paying for it today because of my curiosity. So, in this video, it's going to make you think about yourself. It's going to make you reflect, which is the goal. So, you need to reflect on you, because if you don't reflect of who you are, or just, self-reflect, you're not going to grow. Because self-reflection promotes growth. So when you watch this video or getting ready to watch this video, please just uh, seclude yourself. Go to a quiet place. I advise you to put on headphones so that way you can really tune in and listen to what I'm going to say in this video. So I pray this video helps. Please share this video with others so they can self-reflect who you are as well, so they can become a better person in this world and also be a better person for God, because that's where it starts, with God. So if you have a relationship with God, you already know that it's mandatory and necessary for self-reflection. So I pray that you enjoy this video and this video helps you.
Dig deep into the reason why you act the way you act, and the reasons why you react to certain things or situations a certain way. Think about it, because once you do, you'll figure it out and know what to pray for and against. What relationships you have been through and the ones you're involved in right now, they have influenced you for the good and bad. If you don't believe me, let's think about soul ties. Oh yeah, remember, you don't have to be sexually attached to someone to be in a soul tie. Also, I'm not saying necessarily that the relationships or friendships you are in right now is a soul tie. Nowadays, it's common for us millennials or just people in general to be tied in more than 2, 3, or more soul ties without even thinking about it when it comes to relationships. Why? Because there's 3 or 4 things running the millennial world. That is attention slash social media, drugs, money slash success, and sex. I couldn't tell you which one is winning, but the ones that stand out to me are drugs and sex, in my opinion. Think about it. Drugs have been in and out of our families in this entire world. Someone in each family is or has dealt with drugs. Someone being addicted or may have died from them. It's scary and demonic. The enemy uses drugs for a gateway for his spirits to get into our system, to get a stronghold over the user or users. Think about the side effects in some of these medicines in this day and age. First one that comes to mind, for me anyway, is suicidal thoughts. The enemy talking to your flesh, your consciousness, to end your life. You have no other options, so to speak. People use drugs just to feel good or just to get away from the real world situations that they're going through, only for a short matter of time. Then life passes them by because they get money only to get drugs to feel good, but they could also die from them as well, naturally and spiritually. That's what the enemy wants. I'm not saying all medicines are bad. but certain ones are used for the wrong reasons. So we gotta come against the drugs because it's really affecting lives, especially the millennials. The heroin, the crack, all this stuff is just taking out us young kids. Well, not necessarily just young kids, it's taking out everybody. People ODing, people dying. It's crazy. It's a sad and wild world when it comes to the drugs. Depression, frustrations. I mean, you use the medicine to cope those issues to get away from the world, only for a moment. Next, let's go over to sex. Sex out of marriage or outside of marriage. This is in and out of our families as well. Somewhere down the line, it has happened. Sex is dangerous because that's the most efficient way of transferring souls. Sex is a covenant seal from God. Marriage is a covenant, while sex between the newlyweds is what seals that covenant. That's what combines the husband and wife as one permanently. This is the only time in this logic where 1 plus 1 equals 1. Because one husband plus one wife equal one person. Because that woman fills that rib that the male doesn't have. So some of the traits and thoughts or the way that they carry themselves are transferred from one to the other. They take on their partner's traits. They take on just a little bit, not a lot. Now let's think about this. This is where generational curses begin, or where some of them come from. Those curses move down your children and so on down the generations. One side of the family might have had issues with a few things in a few situations, when the other family could have dealt with the same things and also different things that is in their family lineage. A common curse is rape or molestation. Why? Because that spirit has been here since Christopher Columbus. Now let's go back further. It's been here before even he came to this land. It was back in the Bible between Ammon and Tamar. I will ask you these questions because I have thought about this. Will you begin a generational curse that is going to add on to the ones that are already present in your family's lineage, or are you going to end them all, or will you leave the job to your kids? Think about that. Now, these last two topics, I'm not going to spend, a lot of time on them, but the third one is social media or attention. Attention is a front, a mask, a cry for help for the wrong reasons. We all see it all the time, to be honest. I think we all use social media the wrong way to an extent. Social media was made to keep in touch with old friends to see where they have grown and become. It was meant to share your accomplishments, family moments, and moments that you love. Instead, in today's time, it's used like CNN, Fox News, and all the news stations. We see what the world is becoming through something that was meant to be positive. So, like me, sometimes I do go on social media and see what people are talking about because I know someone's putting it out there. Their business, that is. Also, I go on there to look at cool stuff, but that's besides the point. Attention seeking is a terrible thing that could be a drug in a way of itself because it seems that people have to solidify who they are through a computer screen or a cell phone screen. Seek likes to see if people care about you or just seeking praise for what you are doing. Like I said, it's a mask. I mean, and we all have done it to an extent, but once you really think about it, it's not worth for the likes. Because if you post the things that you love the most and feel proud of, it doesn't matter if people like it or not. And the last topic is money. This is short and sweet. We just want to be successful. When I mean we, I mean as in people that are money hungry and money driven because they think money is everything and to really survive in life it's all about money. Yeah, that may be part of it, but without God, you're really going to be nothing. So people just want to obtain money to be successful. And like I said, God is completely forgotten because we think, or they think, that the success that they got was on their own. And in their mind, yes, it could have been on their own. But some people like that get arrogant and prideful and are all about themselves, thinking that I'm that individual that accomplished this achievement on my own, so to speak. I came up with the idea on my own. I was able to accomplish this. Me, me, me. I'm the one that did this. Sounds very arrogant to me. But that's how some people are, and that's all they rely on. They may have did all those things, accomplished everything on their own, but I guarantee you that they don't have no type of peace in their life. And if they do, they have very little. So, with everything I just said, remember, self reflection is always a great thing. You need that to grow. So, reflect, then dig deeper.